Did you know that you actually have three brains, all of which can help you tremendously when it comes to making decisions? It's true. Now, before I explain the three, what do I mean by a brain? I'm referring to centers of nucleus that are located in three different places in our body. So, before I explain, I'm going to ask you to pause this video, grab a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil, and jot down these three brains as we go through, because I'm going to ask you an important question about your use of these three brains when I'm done. Well, let me use some visuals to illustrate. Now, when we typically think of a brain, we think of the one that's located between our ears in our head. And this is the brain that has a center of nucleus located there that helps us process information and make decisions through thinking. This is through a process of facts using logic, rationale. We might also rely on our history, our experience. That's this brain, that head brain that helps us make decisions that way. Now, the second brain is a center of nucleus located in our heart. And this is the brain that helps us make decisions through a process of feeling. It helps us feel things. All right. We may be thinking about what emotion is impacted. What is the feeling I have about making this particular decision? That is our second brain, our heart brain. The third brain is a center of nucleus located in our gut, in our intestine. And this is a brain that helps us make decisions through a process of knowing, just that sense of knowing. If you've ever said to yourself, I just felt it in my gut, I just knew in my gut it was the right thing to do, that's this brain. Now, sometimes I'll say to clients, how did you know that your spouse was the right person to marry? And they'll say, oh, I just knew it. Well, that's this brain. That's where this brain comes in. So there's these three brains that help us make decisions: the head brain through thinking, the heart brain through feeling, and the gut brain through that sense of knowing. So ask yourself, as you go through your day, which brain do you use the most? Now, if you added up the use of these three brains to 100%, what percentage of the time do you think you're processing through thinking, through feeling, or through that sense of knowing? That's a key question I want you to think about. Just take a moment to add up your numbers. Now, many people share with me that they typically spend more time in their head brains. And that means their head brains are being overworked because you got three brains that you can balance between to help you make decisions. And here's the thing, our head brains take up 70% of our body's energy, our glucose. So if you spend all of your time in your head brain, how will you feel by the end of the day? When you need to turn your attention to your family, your children, your friends, what energy are you going to have left? Now, many of the world's best leaders, like Elon Musk, Richard Branson, Steve Jobs, they've openly shared that they spend the bulk of their time in their gut, listening to what I call the inner coach. Now, by listening to that inner coach, that's where they've sourced their best decisions. And you can too. Now, if you're intrigued to learn more about this inner coach and to find out how thousands of my clients from around the world have successfully tapped into this inner coach, their own inner coach, and the amazing impact that it's had on their careers and their lives, then I encourage you to check out my latest book, The Forgotten Choice: Shift Your Inner Mindset, Shape Your Outer World. And you can learn step by step how you can get those same outcomes. So I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks for listening. All the best.